What is going on, Colts Nation? I've seen enough. Anthony Richardson MVP. No, let me stop. Hey, he's Jamal. I'm Eric, your co-host of the Colts Cast. At least that's how I felt after the first drive. But let's talk about it. The Indianapolis Colts, they took down the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 3's preseason clash, 27-14. Some other quick news, real quick. Jamal, I think you've seen, but Jelani Woods, of course, underwent successful surgery today for turf toe. Or was that yesterday? It was one of them days. But he's going to miss about 4 months, according to Jordan Schultz. As expected, basically going to miss the entire regular season. You know, I don't want to get too deep into talking about Jelani Woods right now. It's done. We've said our piece about it. I don't know if you got anything to say, Jamal.
I think this is. I mean, we definitely said our piece, but like you said, there's conversations that have to be had. No one wants to do it, but sometimes in life, these are the situations where you have to figure out what's best for the organization, what's best for the player. So, best prayers up for him for getting his recovery back. Hopefully, he's ready for the for the postseason if he's still on the squad at that point. But again, most importantly, hope he gets healthy for no matter what the occasion is for him.
Absolutely, speedy recovery for him. Don't know the future of Jelani Woods with the team, but look. Let's break it down. Elephant in the room. Got to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Richardson and the starters, this offense in particular. They got to play about 4 or 5 drives last night. It was looking good to start out with. I'm not going to lie. I mean, play action on the first play for the offense. Linebackers froze. Good throw to Alec Pierce. Hey, you know what? Alec Pierce, back to back. Yo, I told you, Alec Pierce is going to have a role in this offense. But back to Pierce, as soon as he got blitz, just kind of vanilla offense still, though, for Shane Steichen at least. Mix some play action in there, mix some RPO, but very simple stuff. But we kept moving the ball, and I thought that was great. Ended that drive with the Adonai Mitchell touchdown. Adonai Mitchell,
that boy.
Yeah, a cross with the, that shallow crosser. I thought Anthony Richardson looked great. They could have taken him out that game, and I would have said, yeah, that man went MVP. But we all know what happened. Second drive, yeah, we crashed back down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Granson runs an out-breaking route. Richardson throws it, thinking he's about to go in, and that ends up being a pick six. That was horrible. Now, did Granson run the wrong route? I think that's what happened, and that's what I kind of lip read him when he was talking to Granson. He said, "You went out." So there was obviously some miscommunication. Don't know what happened, but whatever the issue is, we cannot have that happen in the regular season, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is not the first time, actually. This is, I believe, like the second time for sure that I've seen this preseason that Granson and Richardson, and at least in preseason games, have had this miscommunication. And of course, with either himself or Mo or Ogletree, potentially being the starter, we want to make sure that communication is spot on. And again, I understand that the way it works is we can't be perfect with communication. That's just the reality of it. They're all human. They're all out there having to react to what a defender is doing. Even though you're supposed to do one thing, sometimes it just a play doesn't unfold and allow you to do it that way. But I will say that I would love to just see a little bit more of a connection with them, because it seems to be that they still haven't really got it down packed yet. So again, that comes with time. We all know that. We all know that time comes with everything. But I do think it'll be really nice to just kind of, and I'm sure they do this in the back end, but just to see like the tight end group going with the QBs, and then kind of break down this and see exactly what happened and where. Because sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. But that connection has to get right for the season to go well.
I think they need to build up that chemistry together. Richardson's only been out there for just the preseason, 4 games last season. So he hasn't really had – this is why we talked about, man, maybe he should play week 2. Like, he kind of needs the reps. He needs those live reps to get back into action, knock off some of that rust. And that rust was evident, especially on the next drive. Richardson's inaccuracy, I thought, was on display there. It was too low for Michael Pittman, although – our 20 million plus player should be able to make a play. I mean, I know it's preseason, but like 7, 8 times out of 10, I want to see Pittman make that catch if he's making that kind of money.
Absolutely.
Richardson, it was still low. And then that Adonai Mitchell,
Yeah, the skyrocket.
he sailed that thing,
Yeah.
and that's why I was like, "Oh my goodness." So, like, is it footwork issues? What's actually going on? Either
So
way, either
I'm,
way,
I'm
I
a,
mean,
yeah, I'm off. I'm interrupting. I'm gonna just make it super quick though. So going back to what you were just saying, we can't have that stuff. I mean, it's bad news bears when we see that. And during the broadcast, they were kind of talking about how much work Richardson had, on his making sure his throw and shoulder was fine. He was able to, process and they talked about the strength is built up. It's probably stronger. They said potentially stronger than what it was before, and so on and so forth. But one thing we've been saying since the very beginning of time is that footwork, those mechanics, and all that stuff. And again, with someone like him who has a cannon for an arm who can just flick his wrist and throw the ball, you kind of put those other things behind. And I don't want to compare him to Cam Newton as far as it goes for career wise, but obviously they have a similar build coming out of college and so on and so
yeah,
forth. And Cam was the exact same way. Cam could launch the ball, but he never focused on those mechanics. And I think when you get to that top notch level and you have all these different resources to allow you to work on that even more, that has to be a primal focus for one coach, is to elevate that player's
yeah,
mechanics, because that's the way the ball gets to where it needs to be. You look at someone
yeah.
like Peyton, who didn't have the strongest arm, but because he had the correct mechanics, he was able to make sure the ball could get to where it needed to be. So he didn't have to be able to launch the ball. But that's all I'll say on that. I won't go down the
Absolutely.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, that's a good comparison because Cam Newton, as we all know, very similar build, uh, got injured.
Mhm,
His shoulder got messed up and he got older and his arm strength, practically disappeared. And
mhm.
he didn't, like you say, he didn't have the proper mechanics to kind of be able to age through those 30s to be able to be a competent quarterback. And that's why he's not in the league anymore. But after that Super Bowl season where they went 15-1 and
Yeah,
got
it's
dunked
wild.
by Peyton Manning. Yeah, that's a hard fall off because I mean they
Mhm.
they had a mean offense back then and a great defense. That was their year. Anyway, I just want to shine some light on the situation, like and because there's a lot of people. I mean, just absolutely dogging Richardson on
Sure.
on social media and you guys, not Colts Nation, because I know you would never do that to our franchise quarterback. You guys, though, I mean, do we realize Shane Steichen was not showing his cards?
Right.
Do we realize that? We didn't even see the QB run game utilized. Like, and having that in your bag changes everything. So for Richardson, those reads are going to be so much easier when the defense is stressed to that level. You think Taylor was running that hard? Come on, man. It's
No.
growing pains. I think we forget how green Richardson really is. Like, what does he have? Like 20 games under his belt out as a quarterback, like
Mhm.
starting in his entire lifetime. So like Bo Nix is 2 years older than him. Like let's put that into perspective. Like there's maybe like 2 starting quarterbacks that's younger than him. And they're the quarterbacks that got drafted this year. I don't know. I think it's only one. No, it might be 0 because I don't think Drake May's starting yet. Anyway, just let that sink in. He needs more reps. I mean, we all know
Sure.
that. And he just needs more experience playing in the most competitive sports league. So I'm not concerned, Jamal. I don't know if you are, but I'm not concerned. We shouldn't be concerned. This is still, I mean, he's technically still in his rookie year. Like, if we're being honest, like, yeah, he's in his sophomore year, but he didn't get his full rookie year. He didn't get that full experience. I just feel like we live in such a microwave society that where people want fast-paced results. They want Anthony
Sure.
Richardson drafted and he's got to be a Hall of Famer that season or everyone's out on him. I don't understand that. I we need to give him some time to fully develop. Just think Josh Allen when he came into the league. Think even Jalen Hurts. People were out on Jalen that exactly like we're doing Richardson now. Not we, but y'all. Exactly like y'all doing Richardson now. That they said Jalen Hurts, and there ain't no way he is starting quarterback. And then that flipped within a year. And guess who was under Shane Steichen? So we gotta come on, man. Pump the brakes. It's the preseason.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens by week 9 or 10. Let's see if there's some development that we can actually see with our eyes. We just need a healthy season, right?
Got to have a healthy season. I mean, I think that's going to be the biggest factor for us is a healthy season. And just kind of piggyback on what you were just saying, I think that a lot of times people we've been spoiled, and I mean we as in NFL fans in general, been spoiled by like the Tom Brady era, by the current Patrick Mahomes era, where these guys have gotten in and just like succeeded. You talked about Jalen Hurts, how he succeeded. Josh Allen, he's done well, but they haven't done anything really in the playoff run besides the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. That people can call that what they want. So I try not to use Allen as much because he's a baller as a quarterback, and I know his actually coming into the league was boo boo.
Yeah.
So I know that's what you're referencing.
But Allen's he's considered a top 5 quarterback every single year.
I agree.
They're always making the playoffs every single year, so they're always a contender. But yeah, I mean, it took Allen about 3 years to get it fully adjusted, but you could definitely see he was on the trajectory up because I remember his rookie season. It was awful, and as it should be. I mean, he's a rookie, so I just don't understand this. I mean, what I saw last year in the 4 games we saw him play versus these 2 preseason games, I think that reassures me, like, hey, I think we'll be fine. Like, we saw flashes of brilliance last year, and there was, we thought he was ahead of schedule, but now in 2 preseason games, we're ready to write Anthony Richardson off. We're out on him. I don't know, man. Just seems like an overreaction, like it always is. But that's what social media is. It's just a cesspool of terrible opinion. Yeah, let me stop. I'm gonna stop.
No, you're right though. Like you said, you can't count anybody out right now. It's the preseason. We're gonna see some good things kick in here, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen come week 1. These guys got 2 weeks to figure it out, and I think that once everybody's in the building, come September the 8th, I believe it is, when the players in the building at 9-10 a.m. and they know it's game time to start rolling for week 1, it's gonna be a different animal, a different beast out there. So.
Big matchup with the divisional rival. It's going to be different that day. So
it really is. And the last thing I'm gonna say, Eric, and I'll be done after that. I don't know if any of y'all Colts Nation have listened to the live episode of the Trenches with Zaire when he had all the people on. Listen, at first every guest that was on there was cool. And Marvin Harrison Jr. was on there. Big Q was on there. Kamo was on there, but the one I liked the most was Edge. When Edgerrin James was on there, they were asking him, kind of what was the mindset, what was the feel of the team while you were on here, and all he said was basically everybody was a dog on the squad. Everybody wanted to come in and be the best person on the team. No one wanted to be, everybody was friends, but it wasn't buddy. Like everybody knew that I'm that dog on the field, and that's what I feel like we got to have for this Colt squad for the success. It's just that simple. If you're going out there where it's just like we're here, we're doing our thing, then you don't get success. But people like AD, we see him out there. He wants you to know that he is that dog in the wide receiver.
You talked about it a lot that we need some competition in the wide receiver room.
Yes, and I think it's elevating the squad. It's gonna elevate the squad. It's gonna continue to do it. So that's why we need these guys to come out here and play like everything is on the line. Just because you get that payday doesn't mean anything. And I don't mean that towards any particular player, but just in general for the squad. Come out there ready to go and show them that the Colts got next up. It's just that easy. Win the AFC South for starters. Actually, win in week 1. Start off 1-0 week 1 for the first time in 10 years, and then you win that division. Then we get it on and popping.
Woo!
I can't wait, man.
That would be awesome if we can end that curse. Hey, look, I know we did this last episode where we did the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna give y'all a little daily reminder that Blake Freeland should probably be cut from the team. He got worked by a D3 defensive end.
Oh my god!
The other night, Division 3. So look, I mean, so that's all I'll say. You want Jason Bean or you want Sam Ehlinger for QB3?
I ain't never backing off of Sam Ehlinger, bro.
Bean.
Listen, Beam is a dog. He's a dog. But listen,
he hungry.
Hey, my man Sam. That's been a dog since day one. Hey, look, I don't know. Never mind. We're not even going down. I'm not even going to talk about those Raiders videos I saw about Minshew. Hey, let's go ahead and get on out of here.
Hey, well, the Colts defense, I thought at least the starters, they looked good on their first series.
Yeah,
like
they did.
When Buckner and Latu came crashing down on that third down play.
Listen,
it really looked unfair, man. Latu was that pig. You know, fuck a cornerback. Hey, yo, we got Latu.
Whoa.
Hey, nah.
That was second string and we're out just talking about too.
I don't care.
No,
that was a rookie out there we talking about.
I agree.
Nah, man. Nah,
dude,
it's really fun watching him. Nah,
I agree. No, I'm not denying that.
Yeah, that Ballard got it right. You know.
Woo!
Hey, Ballard got it right, bro. Boy, what we've seen so far. Yo,
timestamp the date. I can't wait to run that back.
Ballard got it right, boy.
No, I'm just messing.
No, you're not. Yeah, you gonna have that mental. You gotta have that mental. Mentally stamped in your mind. Hey, and then Nick Cross starting safety. I think it seems pretty certain. I'm content with it. We'll see what happens in the regular season. I think he's going to be starting right alongside Julian Blackman.
You know he is. We're not picking up anybody, so he's going to be starting. So
now we might. Waiver wire about to hit.
Okay. Yeah. He's going to be waving because that's what Ballard's going to do. He's going to wave at the wire. What's up, guys? I see y'all out there.
Hey, Spencer Schrader hit a 56-yard field goal.
Hey, that's our new starting kicker?
No, they won't do that. I mean, that man could hit a 66-yarder and that man be cut. That's the reality of it. I mean, we already paid Matt Gay. I don't even know why they do that. Is it just like, we're bringing him in to get some practice? So is it like an internship? Like, hey, come on,
build your resume up so you can get picked up on the squad.
Yeah,
and then beat us later on.
That's true. I guess it does help them out. Gives them at least a fair chance. But hey, look. No, we talked about Anthony Richardson a lot today. Want to hear your thoughts. If you're still with us on YouTube, go ahead, hit that like button. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. But let us know what you thought about the game, just in general. But Anthony Richardson and these starters, what happened? That's all I got, Jamal.
That's it for us.
Hey. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. And we'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Later.
Take it easy.